they look so radical. Hearing your words, they sound fanatical. Something inside reveals you're magical. Oh, oh. How can I get enough? You're a strange animal. That's what I know. But you're a strange animal. I got to follow. They've been trying to stick a line in your system, analyzing the defenses you hold, trying to open wide, hoping to step inside your soul. But everything here is unfamiliar. Nothing they've seen remotely similar. How can it be you're so peculiar? Oh, oh. How can I get enough? You're a strange animal. That's what I know. But you're a strange animal. I got to follow. Whoa, I got to follow. I got to follow. How can I get enough? You're a strange animal. That's what I know. But you're a strange animal. I got to follow. Oh, I'm in the spiritus. Wow. Oh, you're a strange animal. That's what I know. But you're a strange animal. I got to follow. Whoa, you're a strange animal. That's what I know. But you're a strange animal. I got to follow. Oh, I'm in the spiritus. Oh, you're a strange animal. That's what I know. But you're a strange animal. I got to follow.
Hey everybody, welcome to Squatch Talk. I'm Pat, and this is a on-the-fly episode of Squatch Talk tonight. So let's jump right in. So I get up this morning, I'm drinking my coffee, checking my Facebook, and the first thing I come across is this. Hold on, it might take me a second. I think this should be it. Hold on. This. So, post from Bigfoot Okanagan. Sorry, notifications are popping up like crazy. I stirred the pot a little bit, and I'm going to stir it a little bit more. So Leon posted on his Bigfoot Okanagan page. It's like, hi everyone, thought we'd try another exercise. listen to this audio and let me know your thoughts. Plus, before you share it, let's see if we can figure out what we're listening to, and then we can share it with context. Good luck. Wink, Leon. So I listened to it, and here's my first initial reaction. It sounds just like wolves to me. There's a bit of distortion and reverb to the calls, and I guess the reason for that would be it was recorded on a condenser mic, and the terrain allows for good echo conditions. Also, they sound fairly close to the recorder, most of the recording, 100 to 300 feet. And then I go on to, where Moneymaker had posted it on the BFRO group. So Leon beat Moneymaker to this by, several hours. It's crazy that it got shared around real quick, but that was my initial reaction. It's like, it sounds like wolves. And, scroll down here. The general consensus right here in this group, pretty much everyone says wolves, or, I don't know, could be wolves. I can't say it's a Sasquatch. So yeah, that's kind of what happened with that. That was the initial thing. Yeah, already people are chiming in with, hey, it's old. We'll get to that. We will get to that. Hold on 2 seconds. Doing a short emergency podcast. Don't worry, I'll be off before long. Sorry, gotta answer those calls. So that was my initial, comes across my desk first thing in the morning, sipping on my coffee, like, wow, Leon's up to something. Like, this is good, right? Leon's he's not trying to trick anybody, right? He's not trying to do a reversal kind of thing where he comes back and goes, actually, guys, this is a actual Sasquatch recording. Like, there's no way Leon's doing that. So I saw where he was going with it. I listened to it. It did sound like wolves. Ooh, how come I cannot move this down? I don't know. I'm losing comments. That kind of sucks. Let's try this. But so that was my initial thing. And then, yeah, lo and behold, it gets posted on the BFRO site by Matt Moneymaker. And so, all right, so that leads us to Matt Moneymaker, who, by the way, is this is not a personal attack on Moneymaker. I have no personal beef with him. I don't know Matt, and I have no personal beef with him. So this isn't personal. I'm not one of those guys that goes, not finding Bigfoot. Those jokes are out there. I get that, but that's not what I'm here to do. So it's not personal, but it was something that happened today that I knew was coming. I knew it would happen one day, that I would butt heads with Matt Moneymaker, and that's exactly what happened. And I'm losing comments. I can't keep there. Sorry, there's some kind of technical glitch here, where I've lost comments. Man, I cannot keep track of what you guys are saying. So, but I knew that one day I would I would butt heads with him. Like, I kind of knew that was coming, and it happened today. And to be fair to Matt, he didn't just boot me from the group for disagreeing with him. You know, he came back at me and challenged me about some things, and so he didn't just like delete the post or delete my comments or ban me from the group. To be fair to him, he didn't do that. He was willing to engage in discourse, and which is finally like where all that went. Like I get very tired of texting, typing out the context of what the point I'm trying to make. And I always default back to this kind of platform, is that it's better to have discourse here in this setting than comments. So that's kind of where that went, but let's go over some of that. And I have to find the right one, not this one. Here, I think I just go straight back and share again. All right. So here's what was said. Just give me a couple seconds, guys. Bam. And share. Yep. So Matt did, after Leon, he ended up posting this, and side note, like, for whatever reason, like, he took it down. Like, what he originally posted, somehow that got taken down, and so he went straight to the source on YouTube and posted this. And he is addressing that people were saying howls from wolves. So he's sort of being fair about it. The problem is, one of the biggest problems with this post is, dude, did you look at the title of the video? Minnesota Insane Sasquatch Calls. So right there, a narrative is being formed. There's a framework. I know you can't help the title that you want to get this audio out here, but look at the framework that's already being introduced. It's priming people to think I've captured audio of a Bigfoot, where I'm sitting here listening to the same audio that other people listen to going, well, it sounds like a canine to me. It's almost definitively canine. And so basically I posted this. Many problems with this, but the obvious one is that it sounds just like wolves. And yes, there's consensus growing around that. So we have sounds being labeled Sasquatch that at least sounds similar to wolves. This is an example of the never-ending false narrative problem that exists in the Bigfoot world, and it is a good example. The other problem is that there seems to be no other information, important information, that comes with this claim. Where exactly was this recorded, and what exactly was it recorded on? This is important information that can help lead to what is actually heard. So ask yourself this: do you want to know what you're hearing here, or do you want it to be a Sasquatch? Are you playing along or trying to learn? And so there's back and forth. You guys can go check it out. Like, I don't want to read all this out. Matt, well, I need to address some of this, actually. You're implying that there's something wrong with sharing a recording that someone thought was a Sasquatch in order to determine what sounds like wolves. You're saying there's a false narrative there. That's ridiculous. It's an open... Okay, we're having an open inquiry right now, dude. Yes. About a shared recording that's labeled Sasquatch calls. Again, the framing, the narrative is there, the false narrative. If there's not video to go along with the calls that shows a freaking, 8 foot tall monkey man, how do you know it's Sasquatch? Location, St. Louis County. Yeah, I asked for exact location, not the county the size of freaking Rhode Island. Okay. So he's criticizing me. The location's given. It's a county the size of Rhode Island. What more do you want? Though the exact location, maybe? Is that fair to ask? And the metadata that comes along with all of this, which we'll never get, by the way, like this has already been figured out. The type of recorder wouldn't affect the key qualities of the vocalization. That's not true. You don't know anything about audio. Oops. Anyway, and this guy calls me a cynical uber skeptic, and I pretty much shut that down. Can you share your wolf sounds? I said, yep, and I can. Anyway, so we had some back and forth, and we had a lot more, and I kind of want to get to the bottom line of it is just this, is that, well, let's look at this real quick. So the YouTube channel where this appeared on, which that Moneymaker linked to, God, I wish I knew what was going on in the comments. So the original YouTube channel that Moneymaker linked to, where this appears, these audio sounds, which do sound canine, by the way. Like, I don't even want to play them here. You can listen to them now, if you haven't heard them already. So this guy posted on a different group, but a big group, and I'm going to leave his channel out of it. I'm going to leave this group out of it. It was simply this: check out these insane calls, undeniable proof. Again, like framing, narrative, undeniable proof, he's telling you. So then you listen to it, and if you're gullible and you've been primed for, I'm about to listen to undeniable proof of the Sasquatch, your mind's not going to go to anything else. You're not being skeptical. You're not reserving judgment. You've already decided in your fucking head what you're listening to is a Sasquatch. And my only point is this, Matt, is that you're promoting that, whether you realize it or not. You are promoting that. You're going along with it because you haven't vetted this channel. You haven't vetted this person. You don't know where these sounds even come from. You don't know if there's been any manipulation to the sounds. There's no metadata. There's no nothing. You know nothing about what you're posting, yet you throw it out there as evidence to be considered. And consider it, I did, and consider it, I'm doing. Because I've looked into it deeper. I have vetted this. Even deeper, I think, than you have. And so where this doesn't originate. The YouTuber who posted this lives in Western BC, British Columbia, 1,500 miles away from St. Louis County, Minnesota. So highly unlikely they were in Minnesota and recorded this. This came from somewhere else. Did you know that? Maybe you did. And if you do, what do you know about the original source? Is there metadata, with that? Is there a story? Is there anything? But yet, this is the link you posted. This is the link you posted. Is a YouTuber who took audio from somewhere and did this to it, put it on a spectrogram himself, filmed it himself. And by the way, a spectrogram can be extremely manipulated. Like, I could take this mic right here. I could take this mic and shove it into a Bluetooth speaker and create all kinds of spectrogram spikes. Just by doing this. Just like that. Spike. Oh, look, spike. How intriguing. How compelling, you know? Just by shoving a microphone into a Bluetooth speaker. Like, so that was the other thing I brought up. I said, it could be a hoax. We don't know. Could be a hoax. Could be some form of a hoax. And Matt, you immediately came at me and said, what do you think? That's a man out there making those sounds? Because that's the only thing that a hoax could be, is a man in a suit or a man making audio in the woods. There's a billion other ways to hoax, dude. I just gave you one. I could hoax shit by pushing this microphone into a speaker and editing. It's audio, dude. Audio, by its own nature, is inconclusive. Even the Sierra sounds are inconclusive, right? So maybe the Sierra sounds are Bigfoot chatter. Maybe they are. You know, I'm not going to say either way. All I'm saying is that let's just suppose the Sierra sounds are Bigfoot chatter recorded in the 70s, which that's verified. We still don't know it's a fucking Bigfoot, dude. It could be a hoax. It could be a hoax. Or it could be something else. Even, I think, God, I don't know who said it, but like somebody asked Ron Moorhead recently, who was it? Was it Jay? I think it was Jay Birch. Asked Ron Moorhead directly, like, how do you know that's a Sasquatch? And Ron actually came back and said, to his credit, I don't know, it could be like aliens with big bare feet. So that's my point, is that audio in and of itself is inconclusive. So why hold it up on any pedestal? And especially if you haven't vetted it, which it doesn't seem you have. Because again, the YouTuber who posted that link that you shared lives in Western British Columbia, 1,500 fucking miles away from St. Louis County, Minnesota. All right, so there's a disconnect right there. Literally, disconnect. And so where did that audio really come from? And what could have been done with that audio in between? It's a small channel, 300 subscribers. And now this video, like last time I checked, is like approaching 4,000 views. Because it's going viral. But it kind of sounds like wolves, dude. Like, it does. And some people are laughing at that. Like, they're just like, hey, it sounds like wolves, and you get all the, ha 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 emojis. Like, why you go ha 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 ha? Because you know what a Sasquatch sounds like, so this is funny to you that somebody says it sounds like wolves. That's funny because you know what a Sasquatch sounds like. You hear them all the time, and you're so in tune with what they sound like that it's hilarious to you. No, these people are just They're just doing that, man, because they want it to be a Sasquatch. And so at the end of the day, man, that's part of the problem, is that there's a lot of gullible people willing to gobble up whatever you feed them. And Matt, dude, you're in a position, you know, you have name recognition, you know. I stopped short of saying you're famous because I don't think anybody in the Bigfoot world's famous, except maybe Bobcat Goldthwait, right? He's famous. Nobody in the Bigfoot world even comes close to him, including you. So you're not famous to me, but you're in a position of notoriety, like of name recognition. People follow your shit. You did start the BFRO, to your credit, back in the late 90s. Like you were sort of ahead of the game, man. You were trying to do something. I get that. Where we're at now, different discussion. But people know who you are, and you're posting this, and it's framed as Sasquatch calls, undeniable proof. And you even challenged me that. You challenged me. Nobody's framing this as proof. The guy who fucking put the video out did. He framed it as proof. Did you see that? Did you ever vet that? That's the point. So now we have audio being framed as Sasquatch that sounds very much like canine. Could have been manipulated. So the hoaxing doesn't have to be a dude. Hoaxing the whole thing could just be one tiny little segment of somebody fucking hoaxing it. Could just be that. And he edited it. Like, you just don't know, man. The whole point is stop. Just, like, use some critical thinking. Reserve the right to judge before you present as this. And sure, you can hide behind the fact that you put it out there on your own BFRO group as, open for discussion. And maybe that's fair. Like, at the end of the day, you let me openly discuss it, so fair enough. But the problem is that the freaking title of the video is totally framed with the narrative of Sasquatch. And there's other problems too with history of doing this kind of stuff. So at the end of the day, the only thing I'm trying to get across, and I'll hash this out with you, dude. We can debate this, or we can have discourse about it. I don't really want to debate anything. Just want to talk about it fairly. And you're welcome to come on the show tomorrow night or next week, whenever, and talk about this stuff in a fair way. That's the invite part. But at the end of the day, man, you have to understand where I'm coming from with this, and you in your position in all this, is that look, dude, you could frame it differently. You could frame everything differently. You have the choice to either, throw the little shiny object out there in the water, to get all the gobbles, or maybe do something differently. Maybe promote better thought. Because this whole thing, man, is a great example of bad thinking and gullibleness. Like how gullible people can be. Because this audio, it's not compelling at all. It doesn't say anything about Sasquatch. It's not going to move anything forward about learning why people are seeing 8-foot-tall monkey men in the woods. This audio, I don't care if it is a Sasquatch in the audio. It'll never, ever tell us why people are seeing these things out in the woods. Disconnect. So Matt, you have a chance to do something different. And that's all I really want to say. At the end of the day, you know, this audio is not important. Watch, it'll go away real fast. Not even a week. No one will be talking about this audio. No one will be sharing it anymore. The comments will dry up on all the threads. Something else will come along. Dog chasing tail. Meanwhile, there's this fucking thing out in the woods we don't understand. But hey, who cares about that? We could just watch the dog chase its tail endlessly and forever for another 50 plus years, dude. We got the Patterson-Gimlin film, Matt. You and I both know that that's extremely compelling. In fact, I put it into the conclusive category. Yet, here we are 54 years later. So this stupid audio that's floating around out there right now that sounds just like canines, it ain't worth nothing. It'll be gone in a flash. But a bigger discussion, a better discussion can be had. A bigger point can be proven. A change in the right direction could be had. That's what I'm talking about. So you can come on the show tomorrow, hit me up. My email has been at the bottom of this screen the whole time. I welcome you here. I welcome the discussion. I think I've been fair about this, and I'll continue to be fair. I promise you that. So that's all I have to say for now. Talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching.
Let's assume that you've got to this point in the video and you don't agree with me at all. Fine, but I guarantee that this video has been beneficial to you. It will, at the very least, have allowed you to compare your own argument to mine, thus giving you an understanding of the opposite view of the argument. And, assuming you're being honest with yourself and actually paid attention, it will have strengthened your own line of reasoning in preparation for an intellectually honest counter-argument. Therefore, even if you don't agree with me at all, this video will still have been useful to you, even if it only confirmed what you previously knew. If I get defeated here, if someone comes along with a very good counter-argument that defeats mine properly, then great, we've all learned. And if I'm right, great, we've all learned again. But if we don't have the debate because it's artificially shut down, or people complain so much that it persuades people not to take me seriously, we can't learn. We can't find the truth. So we will live in ignorance of the truth. It is therefore in all our best interests to have a debate about this subject. But if the academics or corporations like YouTube or the central state are not allowing the debate, or somehow find a way to call this offensive and take it down, then we won't learn and we'll have a valueless interpretation of